What's up guys, this is Sher talking, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'll show you how to defeat MecGod on Spiral Corridor 300. I only made one video about it and now I want to show you how to do it with a cold squad. Of course, if you have Forneus, make it much easier, but these characters are good enough that if you drop Forneus, you can bring some others, but I'll be explaining which one of those. For example, if you have Katarina and if you use her or even Bertrand in the place of Forneus, it'll probably work well. Another good character to use here is Hawk. He works pretty well. You can also go with the Hanna strategy route. Hanna also allows you to debuff. I don't know if she will always be as fast as you need, but so far it's working, and I'll be showing the Forneus strategy. Forneus is the leader of the cold squad, of course, because he allows everyone to get a lot of different effects, like extra cold damage, extra buffs, extra cold damage buffs, and HP, BP, and defense boosts. One thing that you should understand is that this boss is not weak to cold, but it's also how we should also be using Joe from now on. Look, boss is weak to blunt, lightning, and shadow, and we have shadow damage with Joe. And she will also get the benefit of the cold attack boost that will improve the attack even if it's landing shadow damage. So we should be using the Dark Glacier setup of Joe. Other characters, Liz. Liz is very useful because she already applies lots of defense boosts from start. And Dragon's Blessing helps when you are not using Overdrive. Not really needed. If you don't have, you can even use Water Arrow or Dragon Ice Barrier only when available. Forneus can inherit 4-fold Vortex, or if you want, you can use his Goblin Repul, but you then have to use a different formation to draw enemy attacks. But Over Acceleration is nice because it gives OG points, buffs all status, and will also sometimes allow Therese to go into Overdrive every single turn. Like I said, Therese is not really required. You can also run Princess Ray instead of Therese. Silver is really nice because she's a good debuffer, but you can also use many other debuffers in this game. But Real Queen, it's not really useful here because of the debuff removal on start of turn. So the best one is Misty if you have. Misty is gonna be the best one. But then you can also run normal debuffers like the latest Jirai if you're running for Shadow Squad. You can also run other ones like James. You can also run others like if I'm not mistaken, Jamu also debuffs Dexterity because you need to debuff Dexterity too. So Aisha also works because she debuffs SGR in Dexterity. With all that said, well, bring equipments to decrease damage taken from all physical types, but also sun and also heat, as you can see here from the enemy. Okay, time to go. Cold as well, sorry. Okay, so Bertrand is very useful here as well because he has multiple elementals. He also fits into cold squads. I don't have Bertrand. If you have Joe and Flame Force, it's also good to start with it. This will use Overdrive with her Dragon Ice Barrier to cast a lot of stuff. I'll be using Water Fin Flow on Joe. And Silver has to use her Silver Dragon Breath. You'll be debuffing this boss with Silver and buffing a little of your status, but in this fight, buffing status won't help you much. It's about bringing other ways to improve your damage to defeat MecGod, because there are so many things happening here. On turn 6, MecGod will remove your BP to 0, and also will try to counter you on some specific turns, like turn 4. So you should use Overdrive to not get countered, and then turn 9 and turn 10. So this fight will last around that amount of turns with Therese. Without Therese, it will actually last for more, like maybe even 13, 14 turns. And in those cases, you need to prepare better. Turn 1 damage is still high because in this game right now, enemies start with so many damage passives and we don't have many defense boosts. But as the fight goes on, damage will decrease. Okay, we can already use Dark Glaciers, and so we will be using then a Dragon's Blessing if you have Underwater Fin Flow on Joe. Water Fin Flow is also nice when using on Joe because you receive more damage. Remember that she does have that Flame Force, but it doesn't work in herself because in the past version it came from a passive. She applies all of this to everyone else. Another character that works here is Cordelia. Cordelia in over acceleration formation will allow Jo to probably reach overdrive every single turn. That improves her damage by quite a lot, so she also helps. If Liz gets into overdrive every turn as well, it's healing every single turn. Therese does not need that, but some other characters will benefit as well. Like Bertrand benefits from being on overdrive every turn. Enemies dealing around 700 damage now. This will decrease a lot. When Therese finally starts attacking for real, we'll be taking damage in the 100s. If you want to use Imperial Cross EX, you can even place Liz in the front line, because she counters and counters with cold attack. That means that we will be able to buff cold damage even further. 4 characters on overdrive. I would suggest you to not use overdrive on this turn and save for turn 4, because the enemy will counter you. So Icicle Dark only. By turn 4 onwards, the fight will change completely. See Therese damage without overdrive. You don't want MecGod to stay alive for too long, because it will start decreasing damage. And turns will just feel strange. You barely move the HP gauge. Another character we tested on the live stream was Emiya. You can use Emiya, the Welfare SaGa Emerald Neon unit, to buff Jo's damage, but then in that case, you lose part of your defenses because you have to remove someone on the team. In our test, it was Therese, but it still required probably 14 turns, and I died by RNG. Look at the number of attacks boss is doing. It starts doing a lot. On turn 4, we use 5 gun attacks versus 1 character at random. And then we'll keep cycling this. But we will be on overdrive with lots and lots and lots of supports. This will barely do anything. So let's go. Dark Laches. Also, Dark Laches will open the setup of Odd Circle. Odd Circle is nice because it gives defense boost. If you don't overdrive with Silver here, she will lose a lot of damage. Okay, so you'll see how it goes now. We don't know who is going to get hit by the gun attack. If you are using Imperial Cross EX, it's probably the same character always. Or if you are using also Eagle Wings, it's always, or most of the time, the character that has more likely a chance to be attacked. It's super good when Therese goes before Jo, because then Jo has her full setup of damage here. It would be better for Jo to go after Silver, though. Cannot. No. If we were running the Imperial Cross EX formation, it would be even harder, because in that formation, Jo stays in the center, where she gets even more agility. If Jo gets into overdrive in the next turn, damage will be insane, but we'll see. Funny parts that Silver also fits lightning squads. Best 2 squads right now, cold and lightning based ones. Could you use Kihachi here? You could. Okay, Jo is taking the hits and it's doing around 400. See, you did all your best support here in order to survive this. She also has intrinsic, so there are chances to evade. As long as the fight keeps going, damage will scale higher and higher and higher. This attack is random, so it doesn't matter if you are taunting. As soon as he hits Liz, Liz counters. Jo didn't get into overdrive. Therese did. But keep up with your Dark Laces. With Therese attacking on overdrive every 2 turns, it's already enough. Every third, you don't take damage anymore. Therese, it's good because she applies defense boosts every attack. You can have as much as 12 defense boosts if we use her inheritance. Without it's 10 defense boosts, but that's quite high as well. She also gives endurance and will, love, and charisma buffs, even if just 5%. It's a lot of attacks. It still helps. So many attacks on you. This is on overdrive again. Everyone is now. Turn 6. Freezing Slasher. With Kihachi, Lightning Squad would have been ending the fight by now. It is so different. Because lightning squads are good enough, right? The enemy is weak to lightning. Here, it's not weak to cold. But it doesn't really matter. You can make squads based on elemental. If it works, it works. You're just gonna have to wait more turns to finish the fight. Since I know a lot of people are having difficulty with MecGod, I wanted to showcase the cold squad. And now we have more options. It's not just all 5 characters. I know Forneus is still the best one here, but it's not like we really need him. Shadow squads are not as great unless you have Bertrand. I feel like if you have Bertrand with Saruin, with Joe, and Noel, and maybe Hawk to give extra BP to some cards they may need, especially Bertrand and Noel. I feel like this could be possible, but I don't have those units. I mean, I don't have Bertrand. Most of the other ones I have. Turn 6 ended, we lost all of our BP. Good thing is that our characters are not that bad without it, so use whatever you have. Dominant Blaze, 600,000 damage. Overall is less than Spectacle Portal because Spectacle Portal has cold. 5 lasers in our face. We didn't have some support from turn 6. Therese could have died. But remember that Therese even gets more defense boost than cast for others. She's extremely defensive. Tiger Break buffs SGR. It's the only thing that buffs status for MecGod. Forneus didn't get into overdrive. Back to our normal setup of Dark Glaciers. If you're using Jo and her Shadow squad, he prefers to use the Fire setup instead, because that will lead into all attacks besides Spectacle Portal to be Shadow based. I feel like this would take 12 turns or so. Turns 9 and 10 are special. MecGod will counter on both. I should have actually waited for overdrive. No, this is her best turn. The turn where she attacks multiple times. Not using overdrive would decrease her damage a few. It's okay, she'll probably be countered by turn 9, but turn 10 I'll be using overdrive again. Hahaha, damage is scaling, huh? 500 in a hit. Time for a Dragonized Bear without overdrive. Now I have to pass Veil. I said maybe 12 turns, I don't know, man. From this turn onwards, MecGod gets super offensive and also starts reducing damage, and that means you will take more turns to do damage. It's still not that much. 600,000 per Spectacle Portal. Not bad. But in the end of the day, MecGod has insane amounts of HP. Requires new damage dealers or special squads based on elements and defense down. I could also have used another cold specialist. That would be ScherBR. He decreases the cold resistance of the enemy. I feel like he's better off when paired with Hihachi than what I'm using here. Does not bring too much support. And in this fight, you need support to survive. MecGod deals way too much damage. Ah, Liz is stopping him. Really likes to attack Liz. And Therese sometimes. Ah, Liz again. I hope Silver gets into overdrive. He got. Great. Therese didn't. Yeah. Didn't notice. She didn't get into overdrive because she was not attacked. If we were using Cordelia, it would have given us enough OG points. She will also allow us to self-buff Endurance and Will. So every time that we get hit, we decrease damage taken. Even when MecGod uses the 5-hit laser, we will take less and less damage. But it's just yet another character that works. At least you can replace many characters here. But Jo is necessary to do enough damage in a shorter amount of time. Liz is taking the laser, and she has intrinsic, so this revives. But look at the damage. She's weak to fire as well. That kind of hurts. Removing more BP. This is not being hit. Good thing is that many characters still can do some okay damage without much BP. Look, Joe has a 1 BP skill. Liz can still use Water Arrow and heal everyone. Forneus can use Cure Water. Silver can still chase multiple times. And even Therese will chase multiple times. But from now on, the fight gets harder and harder. So funny that she heals 4,500 HP. Higher than our cap. Liz heals 2,300. That's an average of 70% of our current cap. Multi attacks, but not much damage. You see how Joe still takes more damage than the other characters? Because Flame Force is increasing damage for everyone else at this point, but not to her. It never stops attacking. Using Cordelia means 5 OG points by each hit. He said 12 turns. It doesn't look like. Let us go and use the best stuff we have. Forneus still with Cure Water. Damn. Yo, be the last one. At least this time. Let Therese and Silver attack. Well, she did. She listened to me. $100,000. It's just so few. Gold attacks do much more. Maybe even 14 turns. What a long fight. Even if we were never in danger, it's boring. I feel like we will get the laser next turn. Careful, careful. The laser is fast and usually faster than any of your fastest units. So, if he's not on overdrive, I don't think he will protect us before the lasers. And I don't have a reviver in this party. Only way to have a reviver would have been to inherit a revive spell with Liz. But I like Dragon's Blessing Plus so much. He still managed to attack before MecGod. Help it. It was not the laser turn yet. Yeah. Thought it was. It was. 300 damage means 1,500 only. That's less than half the amount of HP Forneus has, so no danger. And he's one of the characters that take the highest damage here. He and Joe. All the other ones take much less. Yeah. From turn 13 onwards. Blunt defense down, my friends. But you're gonna take more and more and more damage. But this is the end. I feel like Cordelia should have speeded up my run, because then I'll be overdriving every turn with Joe. She does more damage on overdrive, has more chases as well. RBP is gone, but it's not a problem, I guess. We will defeat this. But what a long and boring fight. Gonna finish Joe. Joe. He deserves, right? Well, that's the end of the video as well, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. If you used a similar squad or different, share here in the comment section. I hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.